It's time for the news update at Dusk on African Free Press Television. Thank you very much for joining us once again. My name is Arit Efanga. Bruno Elders yesterday asked that former President Goodluck Jonathan be taken to the International Criminal Court of Justice in The Hague to face charges of genocide against the people of the Northeast. The elders, under the aegis of Bruno Elders Forum, said the recent confession of former Chief of Defense Staff, Air Chief Marshal Alex Badi, at his ceremonial pull-out from service that the military was ill-equipped and poorly motivated under his watch should be investigated and Jonathan brought to book. Reports have it that the federal government has not released funds for the execution of capital projects since the second quarter of 2014. According to investigations, the development has been obstructing the execution of government's projects across the country and is also believed to be responsible for the biting hardship in the country. But the presidency yesterday said it will not release capital votes until government revenue generation improved. Special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, told our correspondent that capital votes has not been released since the second quarter of 2014, meaning that in all, there has been no release of budgeted capital votes for 14 months. The Nigerian Army says trooping recovery operations have cleared a major road in the northeast of improvised explosive devices planted by Boko Haram insurgents. Spokesman for the 7th Division of the Nigerian Army, Colonel Tuku Gusau, announced this in a statement issued in Maiduguri yesterday. He said troops of the division, during clearing and linking up operations, recovered 5 IEDs planted on the road linking Gwoza and Yamteke. According to the statement, the explosives have since been defused and destroyed by a team of Nigerian Army engineers. Troops conducting clearance operations in Dikwa area, following routing out of terrorists in the area a couple of days ago, discovered a hideout in which weapons and equipment used for construction of IEDs were hidden. Bank of Industry yesterday put its total loan portfolio in the solid minerals sector of the economy at 24.6 billion naira. Managing Director of BOI, Mr. Rashid Olaoluwa, said this in Abuja while speaking at the opening session of a sensitization program on investment opportunities in the solid minerals sector. He said in view of the challenges facing the economy owing to the fall in crude oil prices, the bank had decided to improve on funding to the sector, stating that the sensitization program is part of measures by the bank aimed at stimulating private sector investment into the solid minerals sector. He lamented that while other African countries are taking advantage of the huge potential in the solid minerals sector, as revenue from that sector accounted for over 70% of their revenues, Nigeria is yet to benefit from the sector. Harsh economic conditions witnessed in the first half of 2015, caused by the drop in oil price and subsequent devaluation of the naira, as reflected in some oil and gas companies' half-year financial results. The Nigerian economy took a downward turn with a slump of global oil prices in 2014. This trend, which continued into the first quarter of 2015, was further escalated in the second quarter by a low in particularly the energy sector. While the country's general economic outlook within the first half of the year grossly affected the earnings of several companies, many forecast that the economy may take more time to settle as the new administration is yet to put a clearer direction on economic policies. Security forces said today that Somali government Tuesday night destroyed several military sites from where Al-Shabaab attacks the government and African Union forces. Security Ministry spokesman Mohammed Yusuf said the operation involved 3 sites including El Arabo, El Mayo, Ade and Jabagele villages in Lower Shabelle region, southern Somalia. The Somalia government is facing security challenges from Al-Qaeda-linked group Al-Shabaab, despite the group recently losing key towns in southern Somalia. 7 people lost their lives on Tuesday after a 3-story building collapsed in Chanchungo town, 74 kilometers north of Guinea-Bissau capital, Bissau. The country's Civilian Protection Service told the media that this is a provisional figure, since 3 other people in critical condition are hospitalized and many more are still trapped under the rubble. Although the service did not disclose the number of people still trapped in the rubble, eyewitnesses told reporters that there could be about 20 people. 2 children died when a passenger boat capsized after colliding with a fishing vessel in Lake Victoria in western Kenya about 2 a.m. today. A local official said fishermen responding to distress calls had rescued 21 of the 23 people on board the passenger boat and recovered the children's bodies. Reports have it that a Kenyan Red Cross team has been helping in the rescue effort and giving first aid to survivors. Fishing boats are often found in Lake Victoria in the early hours because the waters are calm at the time. Earlier reports have suggested the passenger boat was carrying 200 people, but a local government official downgraded the figure to 23, and this was confirmed by a boat owner who responded to the distress calls. Turkey says that it plans to intensify its attacks on Islamic State militants in Syria. Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu said US warplanes and drones were now arriving at Turkish air bases as they prepare to launch a comprehensive battle against the Islamic State. Last month, Turkey launched its first strikes on the militants since the group began its advance through Iraq and Syria in 2013. It had previously been reluctant to take military actions, but changed after a number of attacks. British police have stated that there are strong links between June's Tunisia beach massacre and the killings at the Bardo Museum in the country's capital in March. Metropolitan Police counter-terrorism officers say they are now connecting the two attacks based on evidence. The Bardo Museum saw 22 people killed, while 38 tourists, including 30 Britons, were killed in the resort of Southsea in June. Commander Richard Walton of the Metropolitan Police, which supplied officers to help the Tunisian investigation into the massacre, said it will not provide more details of the suspected connection, but stated it was based on strong evidence. For more news, please visit www.africanfreepress.com. Follow at African Free Press on Twitter and do like African Free Press on Facebook. My name is Arit Ifana. Good evening.